Now there we go. I have a production assistant. Hey to the people. Welcome on in. Okay, there goes Jay. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Uh, Hopefully you guys are running a tighter ship than we are over here. Welcome on over to the Summer House Martha's Vineyard, reunion recap. I'm Chase. This is No Chaser TV. I have Jay with me, and I have Tori B with me. Unfortunately, Asia and Chad could not be here with us this week, but we're going to go ahead and swing right on out of here and go ahead and talk about the last of this. But you guys, turn out the lights. The party's over. Jay, how are you?
Ooh, I am exhausted.
Baby,
Oh my.
what? Yes. Ooh, I'm
Mm.
tired, Lord Jesus. Tori B, how are you?
I'm great.
We have to be very delicate in how we speak to Tori B, how are you, darling? I
No,
just hate to attack you and just, ew.
don't do that because I didn't say that.
I know, give me a break, big whoop. With that being said, to the people, thank you guys for subscribing. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your notification bells on, as Carlos King says. Um, I want to go ahead and say that we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about the reunion. We're definitely going to talk about the pause, but there is a bigger conversation at large. I did a tweet last week, and I was like, it's starting to become like a conversation that needs to be had because there has been now Summer's House, Martha's Vineyard paused. Candy and the Gang canceled. Blood, Sweat, and Heels off the air. The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac in disarray. And then you go down a list of shows throughout the years. Invite only combo. People will bring it up. People were bringing up what was the name of that show? Give me some more of those shows, guys. Bringing up just all types of the New Atlanta. Just bringing up shows that Bravo has started and
Yeah.
stopped over the years, and may or may not have necessarily nurtured, and for one reason or the other, they're off the air. And then people were bringing up shows outside of, black television, which that wasn't the point of my tweet, but I understand what they're saying because there's Family Karma, there is Mexican Dynasties, Texacanas, the list goes on, Shaws of Sunset, the
Yeah.
list goes on and on of shows that for some reason or another are just not around. And so we're going to have a larger conversation to that next week and look forward to that because you already know that since none of us get a Bravo check, we're not going to hold back.
Period.
All right. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. Hey to the people out there dancing the thing. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Oh my
Hey.
God, why is people texting me right now? That's crazy. All right. So the reunion, oh my God. And then it's me not doing this right. The reunion was all over the place, just as my notes are. Give me un momento, por favor. But while we're here talking about it, guys, do you think it was like, what do you rate the reunion? Was it like eight? Did it eight? Was it eight or late, the reunion itself? What would you give it?
Late.
Ooh. Ye- I would say late, although it was a little bit better than I expected. I mean, the bar was really low for me. But overall, late. I feel like they actually could have had two parts, but I mean, knowing that they're on pause, I guess.
Right. And I agree with that too. Seeing how they were put on pause, I could understand that being the reason why they didn't get two parts. But there was a lot of stuff that just was not covered. Um, I don't think they really dug into Amir the way they should have. I mean, Andy did touch
Yeah.
Andy, but I feel like you know they didn't touch on Bria that much either. And
No, I actually forgot Bria was there several times.
yeah, like
Which
they
is
didn't
where
get
you would think
Bria.
she would shine the most in an environment like this. But
Yeah.
I actually think Jasmine may have come out for the better.
Yeah, she helped.
Yeah.
She was more into it. Well, we're gonna get into it. Let's just go ahead and do it. I got the notes right. Hey, everybody in the chat. We see y'all. So the reunion was in the clubhouse. What were your thoughts about that? Because I know that was a big deal for people. That the reunion was actually in the clubhouse and did not have its own set. Did anyone have thoughts on that, Jay? Did you have thoughts about it being a clubhouse reunion?
Yes and no. I mean, I think because the first Summer House, I believe their first reunion was also in the clubhouse. I mean, I do think that they should have had set, especially now, like it's so many years later, it's pretty much standard. But again, I think knowing that they're on pause, it just seemed like they weren't interested in investing any money. But I still think that's kind of a cop out. They should have had one.
Okay. It very much felt like here, damn. Now don't
Right.
know now. Don't come on now. Here, damn. Tori B, what do you think about the actual seating chart at the reunion?
It one person I think deserved to have that seat. Because Bria was inserted in a lot of the drama that happened in the house. It was surrounding her, but I don't agree that it should have been Jasmine in the other first seat. So
Well, Bravo always puts the matriarch first.
I get it. But she
And I
didn't really
think
give much this season. So that's why I feel that way.
well, I think that the editing, it feels like halfway through the season, maybe they got the word there was going to be a pause because the editing just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got at the beginning of the season, we were getting Jasmine versus Jordan, and then it just dropped off altogether. We didn't get the continuity on that piece. Nothing ever came about regarding Simon. So not Simon, but Silas. In the house, nobody really addressed that. Maybe they didn't want to fight with the pregnant woman, but we didn't get that. I actually agree with the seating chart. I think that because they really did try to hammer as much home in those little 30 minutes that they filmed it as possible between two reunions. I think considering all the drama that Jasmine was a part of and her husband were a part of first season, that's why she got the seat. I do.
Okay. I can understand.
Jay?
yeah, I can understand that. I'm not too upset at the seating. I didn't think that Preston was going to be as far down as he was. Um,
Baby was still in.
yeah, him being at the end kind of surprised me, but I think overall, I pretty much agree with it. I
No,
do think Shanice was up a little
Shanice
bit
should have
too
moved.
high. Yeah,
Shanice should have had her ass to the end.
Yes, I agree with that.
Alex could have had her seat.
I think Alex was where he needed to be.
Okay.
He
All
said
right,
Preston
y'all.
and Shanice should have changed seats.
You said who?
Preston and Shanice should have changed seats.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm not being shady. Why?
He gave a
I,
little bit more than she did.
yeah, I feel like he gave. I think between this season and last season, he gave enough. I mean, obviously, we're not counting last season, but I think
No, we are. I feel like this was the catch-all thread for for the show. Like, so we can include if we include last season. But then if we include last season, remember last season Shanice was the scary stalker girl.
yeah,
Mm,
Actually, at this point, I don't really think it mattered what it ass said. I think
right.
Barbara
I
was
mean,
like, just sit down somewhere, child, and be lucky you got one. Um, Summer wants to get to a place where they can all coexist. But according to Noelle in the streets, Noelle has been doing these interviews saying that Summer tried to fight her at that NBA game that they were at. And she's been like doing a lot of dirty back dealing behind her back and stuff like that. And we only saw a small portion of how crazy that lady truly was. Jordan says that her go-to song is Back That Ass Up and Juvenile has her blocked. Does anybody believe that Jordan knows what Back That Ass Up is?
no.
I believe she do because Back That Ass Up is like everybody knows that song.
when
Black
we
people
seen
know that
her
song. White
dancing
people know
and
it. Everybody knows the
twerking.
song.
When
Huh?
we seen her dancing and twerking.
Is that why he blocked her? Was it good? I don't remember.
No.
Sorry.
I think it was good for her.
Mm. All right. So then we get into Alex, and he says that he told Summer that he wasn't looking for anything serious the last time he was inside her. And he says, fall back, Autumn. Oh, okay. Oh, he then told her As I mentioned earlier, the last time they hooked up, he wasn't interested. Summer emphatically denies this. She says that she told Noel he'd been inside of her before they got into the house. Noel is up in arms. She says it's a lie. Noel was popping off, and she says, "Okay, Andy, I'm gonna be quiet, but I won't sit here and listen to your lies." She told, remember when Nene told Kim, "Bitch, please come with the story."
Right.
That's what she told Summer. And Noel was super piped up. Summer still maintains that Noel knew. And regardless of whether Noel knew, Noel told her prior to going into the house that she would never talk to anyone that her friends have spoken to or had dealings with. And yet she still decided to pursue him. Noel says she did, but not after the lobster dinner. And Summer drives the point home. Yet you still decided to pursue him. Uh, where are we landing? Whose side are we on with this whole thing? The Alex, Summer, and Noel of it all. Was Noel too piped up? Jay, what's the tea?
Oh, I feel like the truth is somewhere in the middle. I'm leaning more towards Noel. Um, it's something. Obviously, we know Summer's kind of disingenuous sometimes, but it just seems like I kind of felt from some of Noel's like little press runs that it seemed like she was trying to get in front of the narrative a little bit. Um, but yeah, I guess if I had to pick someone's side, I'd pick hers.
The Tatted Savage had a comment. He said that this reunion suffered not having a reunion after season one. The season suffered. I think season one definitely deserved a reunion. It was a lot going on season one, and that would have helped usher us into season two way better than what we ended up getting on season two. As we see, is like if we were to get season three now, I almost would say bring everybody back, with the exception of Amir Jordan and Shanice, because I don't really care. But even because and Amir, right? I am not a person who I don't let you get in the way of what I got going on, right? And what that means is I won't let my dislike of you stop us from making great TV and getting this money, right? If I dislike you, that might be even better because I'm gonna let you know it on camera, right? However, his girlfriend is so deplorable, disgusting, just devious, deep, dangerous, all the D's you can think of. That's what Natalie gets D D D D D D D D D and all of her grades across the board. That I don't even want to see a mirror, but damn, it would have been great for season three. I feel like this reunion and the subsequent interviews that certain cast members have been doing to get ahead of the narrative, as Jay has alluded to, or plain out just said, I feel like it would have brought better energy into season three because these people hate each other at this point. Now we all know it. We can stop being fake. We can stop the black excellence, fake bullshit. We can stop the uplifting of the Maya Angelou of the people of it all and get to fighting.
Well,
Torby.
I'm gonna say this. I caught wind of some of the interviews that Noel did, and it gave great context to this whole situation with Summer.
According to her.
According to her, Summer was the person who brought her into the show. Um, and she specifically said Summer was dating her roommate. And so, like, so that's all she knew. She didn't know nothing about Alex. It wasn't until she got into the show and people were talking behind the scenes. And when she said she wanted to date Alex and she told some of this, she wasn't opposed to it. So if y'all were cool before, why didn't you disclose it before? She didn't
I don't
disclose
know
it
if I
before.
well on the reunion she just could. I don't understand why she didn't rebuke that at the reunion then because at the reunion, we're gonna get into it, but they have a conversation about it, and she didn't mention that at all. Maybe she didn't know it was cut, but that timeline does not add up with what we got on the show
Yeah,
at all.
well, they
Well,
was
actually, we just talked about it. So she just said that before the show we talked about it. Well, I think is that Noel was calling her a lie, saying that she told her before the show, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
she
Okay.
called her a liar. She said, "Listen, she was dating my roommate. I didn't know nothing about Alex. She just said, when I fly out there, I see him, and when he's in LA, he come, but like we just hang out." she said nothing of the sort. So she didn't think nothing of it. And then when she started flirting with Alex, everybody in the house was like, you don't know? And she was like, I don't know what. Me and Summer talked about it. And she did not. It doesn't seem like she disclosed. And then, a lot of the other things where she thought that they had settled this whole issue, but then she was acting like she was going to fight her at Barclays when they went to a game. So it's,
I believe that.
Yeah. So I feel like that's why she had all this energy for her. And we didn't know why. And
Jay,
now
I'm sorry, Tori, go ahead. Tori, finish your statement. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's why she had that type of energy. Like, I'm not letting her have it. I'm not letting her get away with this anymore, because it then becomes, oh, you knew and you still went after him. I think she may been producing. I feel like someone probably kind of produced that a little bit as well. So I don't know. She was just so over the top. I don't know.
Summer or Noel?
So Summer was very over the top. You shouldn't be pushing
at the same side of do you think Noel may have been over the top?
At the reunion, maybe a little. Yeah.
So when you're saying Summer is over the top, where are you referring to? What time frame?
During the whole season.
Oh,
when she was crashing out.
We're speaking to the reunion. You're speaking to how she moved throughout the season. Oh, okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Noel was piped up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Noel came in there ready to save her damn show. Jay, would you have renewed the show based off of Noel?
Would I do the show?
Would you have renewed the show?
Oh, renewed the show. Yeah.
Noel said, "Let's get to it, bitch. Let's do it." Alex says that he could have been an F boy, if he wanted to, with Noel. And Noel was like, "Huh? You could have had me. I don't know about all that." And he said he passed on that, but he would have loved to have gotten to know Noel better, which I called during the season when it happened, because I was like, you could tell he liked her. So I felt that he led her on. They were flirting. I don't know what y'all definitions of leading on is, but if it's obvious we have attraction, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if it's obvious we have attraction, and then we're getting there, and it's like, no. Okay. I mean, it wasn't like I told you. It wasn't like I didn't show any interest in you, and you just decided to pursue me. He admitted that she was attractive. He admitted that he wanted to get to know her better at the reunion. So I mean, to me, I don't like that. To me, that is a fuckboy move. Jay, and what's going on with that? Time out. Hold up. Time out.
Because Jay, that type of person.
Hold on. Time out. I want to say this. We're a humdrum. I understand we tired. Y'all know I fighting for my life on my voice last week. I ain't have one. Let's get in here and get these people the show. Let's give them what they came to see. Jay, what do you think about that?
I just don't like Alex.
Okay.
I don't think about Alex. I don't like him.
Tori B, I know you don't agree. Go ahead.
It is a fuckboy move. I'll say it. It is. I feel like he did kind of lead her on.
He led her on.
But he should have explained that to her. Like, hey, I'm not ready for something. Or maybe he has some other stuff going on. Maybe he already had a situation. That's my whole thing. But we don't know that. I just feel like he didn't know what to do with her. And when a man does not know what to do with a woman, leave her alone.
Whoop, there it is. Alex says that Nick called. Alex said that Nick called him and was like, "Hey, what's going on with you and Summer over there, dog?" And that's when he knew that the picture had been leaked, that he was over it and over her. Jordan says that that's not unnatural. We're all in a friend group. Of course, somebody's going to tell somebody. You can't expect for that to have happened. Nick does not agree. Where are you guys landing on that in regards to whether or not the privacy should be respected? I feel like if you're dealing with a private person, you should keep You should attempt to keep it private. But I also think it's unfair and unrealistic to believe that they're not going to tell anybody, like their closest friend. I don't know. Tori B.
To me it was a little weird. They were just kicking it. I feel like Jordan is trying to front like she wasn't really into Alex when she clearly was. I don't. I'm a private person. I'm not sending secret pics of nobody I'm dating to none of my friends. So I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Jay.
I still don't see the big deal about the picture. It's not like it was a nude. I think Alex was just he was just trying to have a moment in a storyline. I still don't see the big deal.
Do you think that he used that as leverage as his way out of the relationship or lack thereof?
Um, Probably. Yeah, I'd say so.
Like, oh no, okay, oh, this is it. Because I can't just outright tell her she's batshit crazy. So, according to him, not to us, maybe. But I just can't outright tell her this is not working. So let me use this. People will do that. It's like, just say, let's call a thing a thing. We had our fun, and that was that. And the fact that, this is why the show is paused. Because I'm just thinking about it. Unfortunately, I understand that you're a private person and it was a summer fling, but when I wish it would have been caught on camera. Because honestly, in between that only had to have been a couple of weeks of a fling that they did that. Because the show aired, right? They immediately went back into filming in a couple of weeks after the first season aired. So that timeline is there, and then they go back into the house. We couldn't have had none of that for the house. Now everybody paused looking stupid.
Yeah, there should have been more hookups. Period.
There were.
Well, I mean, like on camera.
No, yeah, I understand, but there were, and that's just. Oh, and you know what I really feel? Oh, I can't wait to next week's conversation because I feel that you watch the OG Summer House, you watch the old school Real Housewives of New York. Those women were 50 and 60 years old, sleeping with married men, tatas to Tuesday,
That's the Tuesday.
drunk, doing whatever they wanted to do. But we had a whole stripper gate in Atlanta for weeks where we crucified a woman based off of whether or not she slept with a stripper. And it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
In a
I
house
don't.
full of lesbians. And I think that that speaks to a certain culture that we have in the African American community or the black community where, we gotta like put on airs and be presentable and, be respectable and just not do certain things from fear of scrutiny. Because if we were to go out and do the things that the Real Housewives of New York used to do, baby, Twitter would be ablaze. They would be eating us up. They really would. We eking into the conversation for next week, y'all. But Jay, please, do you understand the dichotomy that I'm trying to explain?
I mean, I think that they're all very image conscious. So I get it. But I also think this is why you shouldn't film a show about a 2-week vacation. Like they need a full summer. Like I just don't think it. I never thought it was realistic. Like there's only so much that's gonna happen in 2 weeks.
And then
Yeah.
here's what. How are they going to, those people work? Pay them enough to quit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how would that work? It works in Summer House because they film it in Hamptons. They all stay in New York, right? I think for the most part, or they all are entrepreneurs, and they can just like come out there and come and go as they please. But I think Martha's Vineyard, because the cast is so scattered, it's so hard. So you would really have to find a friend group in one central location for the most part in order to film their interactions. Like Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, all the girl, not Martha's Vineyard, but the OG one, all the girls just went to that. I don't know their names, so I'm going to say that girl and this girl. All the girls went over to visit homegirl after, I think her name is Lindsay, after her engagement with Carl was called off. And they filmed their reactions in the same room at that apartment in New York. They don't really have that luxury. There is a New York crew. But then, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Martha's Vineyard as a whole is a limited location. I think that they say that the best time to go to Martha's Vineyard is 4th of July, and they don't go then. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Most people only have 2 weeks of PTO at their job, child. So I don't really understand how they're going to make this work without refocusing it on a group in a central location that goes to somewhere in a central location. Like, boom, check it. You ready?
Everybody need to be single too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like there needs to be singles. Yes, I don't feel like everybody needs to be single, but I feel like if you're not single, then your spouse should be in the house with you so we can catch that dynamic.
everybody
Yeah,
still
I
hates
agree.
Silas.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that could work, but
Well, because it works at the OG summer house. They were
it work.
engaged. They were
That
in the
will
same
work.
house. Now they're
But we
not
need more
engaged.
single people.
I,
Um,
or more single people ready to do. That's horrible that we're like making them like do it. But more people willing to just have fun and be loose. More Shanices, but not necessarily Shanice.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that.
Damn, I am never going to be able to interview anyone from that cast if they watch these reviews.
No, Noel will do it.
But everybody don't talk. What I'm going to talk to Noelle about?
We can't talk about much. She only got a couple. What, one season? I mean, I don't know. Ah,
Hmm.
this is a mess.
All right, we're going to read some of the. Hey, Xavier Myers. Xavier Myers be throwing shade in them comments now, Xavier Myers. But we appreciate you for showing up nonetheless. Hey, Sean. Hey, Teddy Savage. How are you? You're my buddy. Who else in the room? Hey to the people in the room. Hey to everybody out there on the X and the Twitter. We understand that we're a week late. I lost my voice last week. And then, it was a holiday week. The news hit. There's a lot going on. So thank y'all for rocking with us, finishing out this season. You guys showed us so much love this season. So we couldn't just leave it hanging. We tired, we limping, but we here. Somebody read that comment, please.
We need Silas back. Silas brought order and restraint.
I'm telling you, I've been saying it all season. Silas not coming back really was the banana in the tailpipe, and they thought that they could pull it off without Silas, and they didn't. They couldn't because guarantee you me. Did you? We're gonna get to. Let's go ahead and finish this out. Let's get to Silas. Shanice is happy that she isn't labeled as being crazy. You're not. Um, Summer and Noel are cordial. This is, of course, before everything came out afterwards, where it has been discovered that Shanice, not Shanice, but Summer allegedly tried to beat up Noel at the Barclays Center. Amir says that Natalie trusts him and he is building their trust together. Summer was confused as to why he told Natalie that she was touchy, and she says that she's not an affectionate person, so she doesn't understand where that assessment came from by him and why he was throwing all the black girls under the bus to make his non-black girlfriend feel comfortable being around him.
Um,
And this is why I need to be a cast member. Right now, I'm gonna say, let's just call it what it is, because that's what you
well,
did. Because you're from Austin, Texas.
well, he has an identity crisis. He don't know. He don't know because he was raised by his mother who is Middle Eastern. I don't want to calculate that. I know she's not black. And what I will say is, I think he said she was Iranian or something like that. Um, he came into this house talking about he wanted to learn more about black culture because he didn't get that. And fine, first season he was fine, but this season, and it was very weird because even the women on the cast was like, why would you tell your girlfriend that everybody in the house wanted you when nobody wanted you? It just, I don't, Amir's very weird in that way. You came into the house saying you wanted Jordan. I just, it just speaks to how delusional he is. And I'm just glad that the cast and the audience agree on Natalie. Nobody's here for it. And it's very weird. Andy took so many digs at him about that. Like, we were all in agreement. Guy, you do not see what your girlfriend does. And it's just very weird and crazy and cringy to watch. And I'll just leave it at that because I know we're going to talk more about it. But
Mm-hmm.
stop. Like, he's just very weird. I don't know. I have
Okay.
no idea how to address that.
Well, Natalie trusts Amir, but not other women. and he addresses that she is definitely standoffish. He doesn't mind her comments on the finances because he intends on marrying a powerful woman, so that did not make him feel any type of a way, even though everyone in the universe agrees that she pretty much dogged him out in front of everybody. They think that they're cute. So the cast thinks they're a cute couple, but they're not necessarily meant to be together. And Natalie is not the woman for Amir. And I think that for some reason, Amir reminds me of a real housewife because he's always so shocked. Like when people like disagree, wait, what? What do you mean? Are you serious? No, like I think he always thinks he's right. And that makes for a great reality television personality. Don't get me wrong, but your girlfriend and your attitudes got you out. No, buddy. Now you're on pause. They're closing on the house together, and they've been together for a year and 5 months. Amir says it is his house, but Natalie is on the deed. Jay, please.
Yeah, buying a house was some stupid shit. That's literally it. I was just like, all right, well, that's gonna work out well. I mean, she emasculates him. I said that last week. He's in an abusive relationship, allegedly.
Oppressed?
Oppressed, yes. Stockholm syndrome.
I think he
Correction.
likes it.
I think he does too.
Hey, Mikey,
Correction.
he likes it.
His
She
mother
probably
is
pegs him.
Lebanese. She's Lebanese. His mother's Lebanese.
Okay.
Okay.
Amir says
Thank
the next step is a ring, and he already has it for Natalie. Oh boy. Noah wants to know why he told Natalie all the girls were crazy over him. Shanice said just because she wanted to sleep with him does not mean that she was shooting her shot.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think that Shanice is very much the Sinclair James of this show.
Yes.
Common sense.
Yeah, she's not all that bright sometimes, but she's funny to me.
Yeah,
But
like
It's like, how somebody said, like, if we're talking and there's always that one person that says something, everybody goes like this.
I have
Yeah,
several
Shanice.
friends like that.
Yeah, everybody's got friends like that. She's not uncommon in a friend group. Summer cries because she had a rough summer and hurt people hurt people. Noelle says that she's good on Summer and she likes her relationship where it is, which is virtually non existent. And then Summer says that she didn't have the tools to treat people with kindness while she was going through her personal ordeal. And Alex looks like he wants to vomit. Preston says that his family situation has gotten worse, and Summer on her end found her father, and she says that she would do another summer in the house, but in small doses, aka as a friend of the show. Um, Tori B, what did you think about those quick, rapid fire segments?
oh child. Summer, we didn't baby, you needed to just focus on yourself. I don't even think they should have even asked her whether she would consider coming back. You need to focus on your mental health. If you have so many issues like what we saw, your mental breakdown, then your ass should be focused on that and not coming back to the show. That said, the Natalie and Amir thing again, it's stupid. We've seen this before. What's that stupid show? Vanderpump Rules? And Tom and Ariana got a house together. We don't understand that that's a stupid idea. And if your woman makes way more money than you, why would you take out the loan and put her name on the deed? That is dumb as hell. And again, I feel like Andy was referencing like Ariana and Tom. It's like, oh, we've seen this before. That's not a smart idea. No, if things go awry, what the hell are you gonna do? It's just stupid. Summer's annoying. And I think Noelle has every reason to not want to be friends with her. She tried a lot, and I feel like another part of that is Summer was jealous of Noelle befriending Bria and Shanice, and she was so much closer to them than Summer was to like say Preston and Jordan, and she clearly was jealous of that. So that's how I feel about that.
Well, all right. The rapid fires just keep rapiding. I don't think rapiding is a word, but okay.
No.
Uh, Preston says he loves Bria and her dirty draws, but she has him blocked. Preston makes Bria feel jaded and shaded. I was like, I like that. Okay, jaded and shaded. And Preston was there for Bria when she was locked up in the slammer jammer down in Germany, and she never said thank you. Um, Bria says that distance um, is one of the reasons why her and Simon are having issues, and Simon does not listen. Bria was upset and embarrassed at Simon wearing the flamingo suit, and the group says that the two can make it if they really want to. So, with that being said, Jay, what did you think about Preston versus Bria, and now Bria versus Simon?
I felt like Preston kind of clicked down a little bit. Um, I was not pleased with his reunion performance, specifically as it related to him and Jasmine. But for him and Bria, I think it was very telling how she was like, "Yeah, you act differently when the cameras come up," and I feel like Andy just kind of glossed over it. I do believe she probably didn't say thank you to him. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. I mean, I would be surprised if she did, but there's a lot more there, and I really hate how Andy just kind of like skipped over it because they do not like each other. We've seen that pretty much like all season, but yeah, I wanted more. As far as like Simon and Bria, they'll probably be together. I feel like they're made for each other.
Well, do you feel like Natalie and Amir are going to be together now that the show is on pause?
Yes, because he's scared to leave.
You don't think she's going to leave him?
Um, I think if she does, I think that they might have a toxic, like always on and off. I could see that for them.
Ugh. Tori B.
All I know
Well,
is
just answer me this because we got a lot of reunion. Just answer me this: do you see Natalie and Amir going the distance? That's the question.
hell no.
Okay. Okay.
Hell
All
no.
right. All right. Jasmine is upset with Jordan about her pregnancy comment that she made regarding Silas potentially not being the first baby that he had, or with Jasmine. Basically, this pregnancy being Jasmine's first pregnancy, but may not necessarily being Silas's first pregnancy. And Jordan says that she was joking. Now, Jordan ain't cracked a joke all season. Jordan does not laugh at anybody's jokes. Jordan does not like when you joking about her, but she thought that that was funny and that was a joke. Does anybody believe her?
Hell no.
Why?
That wasn't, first of all, you don't joke about things like that. That's upsetting. You know, this woman is pregnant by herself and her man is deployed. Why would you think that that is okay for you to say? That is not something to joke about. And to me, honestly, it just seems like Jordan really hates her. And I get that you might not have think you known your friend anymore since she got married, but this is just you punishing her and continuously punishing her for no reason. For you to say that on national television and think that that was a lighthearted joke is very concerning to me, because why would you treat your friends that way, or somebody who was your friend? It's just disgusting to watch. That was clearly unwarranted. Jasmine didn't do you dirty like that. She didn't screw your man. Like, what are you doing? It's just insane for her to behave that way.
Jay?
I mean, I thought it was funny. Um, it wasn't that big of a deal.
I thought it was nefarious. I thought it was shady. And I thought she was hating from outside the club. I got to be honest with you. I really thought she was a hater in that moment. I did. And that's
She
just,
was
ain't no
hating, but
longer.
it was funny.
It really wasn't. It wasn't like I didn't. I like. I'm gonna laugh now. I didn't see where the humor was because it was not. I clocked it right. So it wasn't you trying to be funny, like make a joke. You were trying to throw shade, and so to me, I can't respect that because the hateration outdoes the holleration in the dancery with me. I don't play that, baby. Let's get to it. You thought it was funny, but then if somebody sit up there and talk about, oh, okay, right, okay,
Right, your issues.
right, okay, okay. Uh, Preston says that he does not have a relationship currently with Silas, even though Silas is who brought him into the group, and the whole entire group says that they don't miss Silas outside of. I think I'm jumping ahead. The entire group says that they don't miss Silas outside of Alex, Amir, of course, Jasmine, and there was one other person. Oh, Bria. They missed him, but nobody else did, which is why he was necessary. Um, Shanice and Jordan are the ones who said no to Jamaica, even though Preston was in the press saying that he had no problem with her going, and it was actually Bria and someone else who opposed her going. And then when the reunion aired, it came out that it was actually Shanice and Jordan and not Bria, I'm assuming. Jasmine wants to know why Preston did not forewarn her that the girls were on the outs with her. And she says that she was hurt because she thought that they were closer than what they were. She brought him into the group, and he was in her wedding. He says that his relationships are able to stand independently of her, and that needs to be respected. Jordan then says that she was trying to, she being Jasmine, was trying to puppeteer and sell her to Amir, and Amir says, I was broke, so I wasn't buying. And even though that was cute, now that was funny shade, right? But we all saw Amir emptying his pockets, willing to give Jordan anything he had to get with her. So that's a lie. Um, However, Jasmine says that she will continue to check Jordan and, vice versa. Now, did Jasmine do the checking or was she checked? Because let me say this, right? Relationships definitely are able to stand independently of the friendship that brought you into the friend group. And a lot of friends who are the connector of the plug, while they are the connector in the plug, they have a hard time recognizing that, and they feel left out when things are done without them according to the way that they would have liked it to be done, right? So then makes you question, are you bringing me and connecting me into the group because you just love being a connector and you thought that I would be a great group of friends in this group of friends? Or are you addicted to the clout that comes with being the connector? Ooh. However, where Preston failed Jasmine, in my opinion, as a friend is, regardless to whether you already knew she was on the outs, the girl didn't say that you didn't tell me that you knew that you were on the I was on the outs with the girls. She said, I was unaware that I was on the outs with the girls, and I expected more from you from our friendship because we have known each other longer. We have been down in the trenches. You were in my wedding. I brought you into the friend group. So while you don't owe me anything because you brought me into the friend group, I was hurt and disappointed that you couldn't give me a heads up because just as you're their friend and your friendships are independent of ours, I'm your friend too. And I think that is the piece that Preston missed. And that, in my opinion, is why Jasmine kind of ate his ass up. Jay.
I don't think they're friends.
Well, I mean, I think now it's clear that they're
Yeah.
not friends, but I still really don't. Watching that, Jasmine doesn't. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, and I think that if she knew something, she would cop to it, and if she doesn't know, then it's the genuine reaction. Her genuine reaction was, "Oh, I didn't know we weren't friends." You know what I mean? Like, people say, "Well, we're not friends." Oh, I didn't know that, right? I don't know. That's just my opinion, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I will say nobody had a real valid reason why they weren't like messing with her. And I thought that was just kind of like, if there's an issue, just say it. I feel like Preston is kind of like following whatever Jordan wants to do a little bit. If she don't like Jasmine, then he don't like Jasmine. But I also think separately he still doesn't like Jasmine. Like, but I do think he's kind of following Jordan. I get I say I'm begrudgingly on Jasmine's side here.
I
Yep.
was always on her side because I said episode 1, it feels like they being mean. And I said episode 1, roll your tapes back. I wish I would have parked that clip in. I said, Preston, you running with the mean girls and you running the risk of looking mean yourself. And it also begs the question, if you're not mean, why do you continue to hang around mean girls? And I think that the reunion revealed the answer, in my opinion. Tori B, did the people call it or did the people not call it? Now, come on now.
You called it. It was messed up, and Jasmine was right in that moment. I expected a little bit more from him, and Jasmine stated that, right? Independently, fine. You can have your friends independently, but you could have gave me a heads up. You could have, you know, I don't, and I don't know why you kissing what's her name, Jordan's ass anyway. Like you, so you, if you could have independent relationships, why you don't have an independent relationship with Jasmine?
Because what did she do to you? She must be
Nobody is
incredibly annoying.
nobody's saying anything, and it's just like weird. The energy is weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. And I didn't really like him, the whole like don't revise history, whatever, to make it convenient. It's just, I mean, look, I'm all for being a bitch. I do that very well. But his just came out of like left field. Like you had no reason to actually be that nasty to her. At least nothing that we saw. And it just felt I did feel for her. I think she handled him very well. And she came back at him. But yeah, the energy with everyone, honestly, on set was like really weird. I mean, I knew people had issues, but with all the interviews that have happened, like since the show, since the finale, whatever, it's clear that none of these people like each other. Because even the whole like Nick and Amir, like Nick basically was like F you kind of thing. Like, but it was just a lot more tension than I realized was in that group.
Give it to us though. That's what they failed us.
Yeah. I think what they really are doesn't match the whole black excellence of the show, and I feel like the producers rather should have been like, well, F this, like let's just get into the mess, because I think it would have been a much better season. But yeah, I mean, back to Preston, I really did not. I didn't like how he was acting. Like it was like a night and day switch for me, at least.
And you know what this reminds me of? I'm glad you brought that up, right? Remember Real Housewives of Potomac season 1 was etiquette, because that was a selling point, the entry into Potomac, the price of Potomac, this black excellence. This is a hidden community that has some of the most wealthiest black people in America, in the world itself, and that was the entry point into Potomac. And season 2, they pivoted, right? And I think that this is what Potomac would have been had it not come up off of the etiquette. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I mean, that's also probably why they put a college dropout on the cast. That kind of shakes it up a little bit. Monique is a college dropout.
I am too.
Well, you're not on the show.
I mean, I'm on this show.
Yes. But I'm just saying that helped kind of like take away.
Now I get what you're trying to go where you're trying to go, and what you're trying to do, Bookie do, but that college dropout thing gets nowhere because people pay those degrees and don't
listen. I speak in jest when I say that, but I think
I know.
Basically,
but are you speaking in jest, bitch?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you back in left.
Said what I said about Miss.
And I'm telling you what I got to say about it. What you want to do? Because we can do one.
Well, technically, Karen didn't go to college either, but she also had a pedigree in a sense, or a self-made pedigree.
She did. No, the hell, she didn't have no pedigree. But
a self-made pedigree.
Sense,
I said
that's
self-made.
Why she ate Wendy ass up season 5 about that. You got all these degrees. Yeah, we on the same couch.
I said Karen had hers was self-made in her head. Now hers didn't come from anything.
Yes, because she married the Black Bill Gates.
Right.
Well, listen, and like Karen said, common sense is a saving grace.
Well, we're not going to do that. I'm going to tell you why. She said we're not going to do that because she said that's why you was in Sing Sing. We're like, what? Karen, what?
We know what she meant. I mean, I don't think that's
I know what she meant. You know what Sing Sing is?
I know what Sing Sing is, but I know what she was trying to say. The girl was in a loony bin and she Sing Sing came out. I know what Sing Sing is, but the girl, either way it go, the girl had lost her marbles and she was locked away somewhere. Well, I don't know, because that's not my life. Because you know what? Common sense is a saving grace. Howard U alum. Catch.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And
And that's not against
I
Howard
see both
U.
sides. I see both sides because the colorist went to Hampton.
Oh,
Just
she would have. I
Giselle.
knew it started with an H.
Just
Hampton alum.
Giselle.
Sorry. I mean, I don't have anything against Howard or Hampton, but we do have a lot against
It was
Giselle.
Hampton.
All right. Yeah, so Jordan, I can understand how Jordan could be, upset about trying to be auctioned off, first season. I don't I just think, some people are like that. And if she doesn't like, she didn't do it this season. So I can see if she carried that into the season and still was like, I know we talked about last year, but my friend's coming and I think you may like him. Eat her ass alive because you just told her last season you don't like it. But I think that what I hate is when people hold you hostage to what you were. And when I say hold you hostage to what you were, I did something, you said you didn't like it, and I stopped, and you're still mad at me about that.
I didn't even
So you got to
feel.
let that go at this point,
I
because
didn't
it's
even
on you
really.
now, it's not on me, because I changed the behavior.
I didn't even really feel like Jasmine was like auctioning her off. I feel like saying, "Oh, this guy's cute," isn't like that big of a deal. She made it seem like every episode, Jasmine was like, "Yeah, yeah, do this, do this." Like it just
Maybe
seemed
because it was a
again.
black guy.
Well,
Watch Winter House and you'll see what I'm talking about.
oh, I know.
Oh. If you watch Winter House, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. Nick says that he never had any ill intent, while I almost said fondling, while the ladies claimed that he was inappropriately touching them or being touchy. He said there was no ill intent involved. He thought they were just having a good time. Jordan does say that she did not feel like he was trying to be Chester the M word. We don't say the M word here. But he wasn't trying to be Chester, right? Noel says that the crew was not aware that they had already had a conversation about him being touchy, and I would venture to say, Noel, that's because he wasn't touchy with you, and it had nothing to do with y'all.
You have the conversation directly. Absolutely, I
It
agree.
had nothing to do with you guys,
Right.
and that's why you didn't know. Anyway, all right. Natalie ran it back, but Bria feels that if Nick was drunk, he definitely would fuck. And I would venture to say, if Bria was drunk, she definitely would fuck. This is my opinion. I don't know. It's just me. He wants to know why, when she felt, when she offers sleep support, does she feel this way about him when she kind of skates around doing the same thing and she makes it clear that it was a joke? He tells her to stand on her joke. And she said that he was handsy with her while they were leaving the boat, which he says is news to him. Nick and Tasia unfortunately have broken up, and he definitely feels that he embarrassed her on television. And that to me, when that happened, that was the first real reaction I had watching the show in 2 seasons almost. Like a genuine, I had a genuine reaction. I was like, no, no, they won, and now my man gonna be single, and I don't get to see it because I already know if he touching, now he allowed to touch some shit. Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going down, and now we don't get to see it, dog. What's up with that, Tori B? What up with that?
Yeah, I gasped. I was like, they broke up.
I hated it.
We were all like, what? You and Tasia not together?
I'm sorry, Tori B. Before you go, I'd be remiss. Hey, production. Thank you so much to our producer Demisio. I don't tell him when to come into work, but he always shows up, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Demisio. I don't mean no. Wait, what's going on? I don't mean no. Come up here now. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tori B.
What was we talking about again? You
We
know,
was talking about Nick and Tasia
oh,
breaking
Nick and
up,
Tasia.
and
Yes,
Bria saying that he's definitely DTF. If somebody would have let him, if he was in an altered mind state.
Bria. If you hadn't said that bullshit about sleep support, then maybe I could agree with you. but it sounded like you was down to fuck when you said sleep support. That was kind of weird. We
Yeah,
were all
that
taking
was the night right there.
yeah, like, and you know, Shanice can't say nothing because you were saying you wanted to f him when you saw him with all them fake tattoos on. So like it's a lot of hypocrisy here. It's annoying. Let's just a spade a spade. Y'all are wrong. I didn't really particularly see him getting handsy with them. I mean, was he looking at Shanice's titties? Absolutely. We all gonna look. So I don't get the handsy thing. I Jordan and some already had the conversation with him, and that was that. Y'all are dragging it as far as I'm concerned.
Jay?
Yeah, I still never saw the handsiness. So I mean, the whole conversation really has been stupid to me. But I hated that sleep support foolishness. I was like, what the hell is that?
All right. Well, the tension
And she
between
wanted
Nick
him
and
to
Amir.
take her to Noble. We forgot about that.
Yeah, that was weird.
I want to go to Nobu. Oops, she is such a bird. It's so me coded. I want to go to Nobu. What's up with that? Oh, okay. That's all. So the tension between Nick and Amir was thicker than two Tasias. Thicker than two chases. You see that, Jay? Look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get over to turn around and show him.
Y'all was just showing them this weekend, wasn't y'all?
Oh,
Catch that tea.
well, we're going to go ahead and block you from my stories. Catch that. No, baby, but I think I'll be living. Jay lives, honey. But y'all go follow Jay. Y'all see it's your
They
Instagram.
be doing
Production,
it
go
on
ahead and remove the
Twitter.
comment.
That's my Twitter.
Yeah,
You
Twitter.
know
Yeah.
what?
Nah, production, please. Nah, I done gave the production a shout out. He taking a smoke break again. There you go. Put them tater chips down. Okay, you see they handles. Go. Well, listen. If you need
I
WNBA tips, you go over there to Tori B. If you want to watch a sexy red video, you go on down there to.
To Jay.
now I was at Roots Picnic this weekend, and I was up there. I was jumping on somebody's back when Sexy Red came out. So
We
I am
already
a
know
bird.
that. We
Okay, you
saw
must
that.
have.
I am a
Did she really have
bird.
a MAGA hat on stage?
Yeah,
Yes,
but
she
it
did.
says
But
"Make America Sexy Again."
I used to have a hat, right? When that was like the MAGA thing was out, there was this guy in Atlanta making these hats, and it was "Make the Hood Great" or something like that, right? And I
Oh,
got
I
a
think
red one,
yeah.
and it was like I would wear it and stuff. I thought it was cute, and then I wore it somewhere and posted a picture of it, and somebody said like was just mentioning how triggering that is. And I was like, you know what? Normally I don't let bitches dictate my fashion, but you're absolutely right, and I discontinued the hat. So for her to do that is tacky in 2024.
Well,
Super tacky.
she is a Trump supporter, just in case y'all didn't know.
Okay, well, we're not
She's
here to
done
talk
interviews
politics.
and said
We're not.
that's my
We're not here
exception.
to talk politics. Tori, be
I
real.
know,
Come
I
on.
know we're not.
Okay, come on back.
I think she barely knows what a president is, but
Well,
good show. It was a good set. I mean, bow, bow, bow. F my baby dad.
so you say when the people be talking about a quarterback, she think it's a refund.
Yes,
Okay, all right,
words mean things, and unfortunately to her, they probably don't mean much.
that's true.
Bow, bow,
Um,
bow, bow.
again, the tension between Nick and Amir is thicker than two. Amir's big old ass cheeks, and he says that it's a huge ass. It's got a huge ass. Um, Amir says that if there's an ass floating around, he doesn't look at it. A lot of the other guys tend to turn their head, but Nick doesn't, and he overindulges and enjoys himself around the ladies being inappropriate and tries to put his thoughts off as all of the other gentlemen thought that, and Preston and Alex let him know very quickly, no, that's not true. Those are your thoughts, and don't lump us in with you. Uh, They always silently. You know what I've noticed? The support of Nick when it comes to the men in the house is not outright loud, right? So what they'll say, Nick didn't do that shit, and I beat your ass, right? But they let you know whose side they're on indirectly, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's brilliant or if that's another reason why the show is on pause. But they do let you know that they are in support of Nick. Nick and Amir's friendship has definitely changed. And Amir says that Natalie did not want to be involved in conversations. He says that excuse me, no one agrees to that. So he says that she doesn't want to be involved in conversations. No one agrees. Amir then says that she thought that she was doing a good thing running back those rumors, and no one agrees. Noelle comes on in and gets piped. Noelle and her ponytail was piped up again, baby, ready to fight. Noelle says that, it was her who wanted to go back and carry these rumors and involve herself in situations that had nothing to do with her, much like Noelle, Bria, and Shanice did with the touchy conversation. I don't know, just something I noticed. However, it was her who was gung ho about carrying those conversations back, and his girlfriend was messy as hell. Uh, Nick doesn't necessarily, not Nick, excuse me, but Amir doesn't necessarily agree and says that Natalie wants another chance in the house next season to come back and make it right. And everybody's looking like, no. Um, Jay, was Natalie just this misunderstood angel with intentions that were pure and holy, or was she every low down, dirty scallywag that we called her?
The latter. I mean, you don't get mic'd up and say, "Oh, I'm not here for conversation." Like, what? It made no sense. I don't like her. I hate her. Well, no, I hate her. That's fine. I'll never meet her. I can say that.
Read this. You want me to read the tweet?
Sure, it's fine.
If she do come back, she can stay in hotel off the grounds. Listen, Natalie and Amir, we see through your bullshit. Y'all came on here to be some messy ass motherfuckers so that you could get your girlfriend on the show, and it did not work. The audience did not like you. Andy did not like you. He made that very clear throughout this whole conversation about how much Natalie emasculated him. The whole cast agreed. I don't know why he was gung-ho about doing these interviews and saying, if she can't come, then I won't be on the show. You ain't that guy. You are not the show. I'm not tuning in for you. And I don't really give a damn how nonchalant she is. At first, she didn't care too much about intermingling with them, and then all of a sudden you carrying tea back and forth.
Yeah, I feel like she should have leaned into it, because I actually probably would have enjoyed it. She was like,
They
"Yeah,
should have leaned into it and just been the villain.
Yeah,
stand on business." But as soon as they, it was brought to Nick and Nick was addressing it, she was on mute. And that was another point that Noelle made. It was like, all right, well, if that's the case, why didn't she stand on business and say what she said? But instead, when we was in that kitchen, she was quiet as a mouse. And that's it. You can't have it both ways. If that's what you're going to do, if you're going to be the bold and collected, then say, yeah, I said it. And own it. But she didn't. And Amir, being such a good lap boy, okay.
She was in that kitchen like, oh, look at the blacks fighting.
I don't disagree with that.
Blacks.
Let's be honest. Like, you can't. She started a fire and walked away from it. But at first, you didn't want to consort with them. You forgot? She didn't want to consort with them.
I didn't forget. I made it very clear where I stand with her.
Okay, so you didn't want to consort with the blacks, but then when drama came up and you saw a way to enter yourself into the group and you got confronted with it, you just, no, I have nothing to do with it. No.
I'm still not over her petting that girl hair.
Yeah, that's a microaggression in itself. Don't you ever do that shit. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm not here for it. Um, Mariah and Phil, in news nobody saw, may or may not have been a couple. And they point out that Phil was still trying to talk to girls at the party that he was allowed to come to, which was probably one of the highest rated episodes of the season. Just saying. And Jasmine got it again and got in that ass and let them know it's plenty of people on this show that done messed around and fucked. But y'all are friends, so why can't they be friends? And everybody shut the hell up. Blah 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 blah. And then we ended with Shanice getting a rapid fire session of who cares. And most importantly, the question was whether or not Shanice had the tools to buy fashions, and she does have the tools to buy the fashions, but according to Summer, she just can't put them together. And that was what she wore to Watch What Happens Live. If you guys did not see that outfit, Jay, did she eat it up at Watch What Happens?
Oh no, she looked horrible. But Summer had me screaming. If Summer was like this the entire season, I would really love her, because when she said you can't pair it, she was just so dead ass serious. Shanice, where is she from? Do we know?
Gotta be like none of me does, because everybody gets so offended every time I say something out of my mouth, child. It's giving Midwest.
Me. I was gonna say Salt Lake-ish.
Wisconsin.
She gives me like excommunicated Mormon.
So Heather Gay.
Yes. Yeah, Heather Gay likes BBC, so does she.
Heather Gay would have definitely, you need to stop. Heather Gay definitely would have worn that outfit that she has on at Watch What Happens. This is a Heather Gay outfit. All it's missing is a blazer.
Chase, I remember y'all ass thought it was okay.
It's Heather Gay.
At first you thought it was okay, and I was like, hell no, that shit was horrible. And you was like, I take it back, Tori, you was right.
But then I don't like nobody leave with no bullshit. Now if I done took it back, nobody sitting what did I say earlier in the show to the people on X, to the people in the group chat?
I said it.
I am not my past. Stop holding me to it.
You said because she was sitting down and looked decent. Like them pants was ill-fitting.
Yeah. The pants were the problem, and the like little childish hairstyle.
The hairstyle, yeah.
But I also said what?
I said they both were late.
But I also said what? I came back and said what?
You was like, Tori B, you was right.
So Bria was dressed like Tinsley.
And now and find a verdict. That's, you got to watch girls like Miss Toya, dangerous, honey. Deep and dangerous.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Girl, no, I won't. No, the hell I won't. Blah, blah, blah. Yakety schmackety. The reunion's over. You guys. Season 2 of season 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. 8 or late, Tori B. Wait.
You missed one part.
I don't want to talk about it, but okay, go ahead.
No, the Bria one where Jasmine said she has spoke to, unless I got the extended. I did watch it on Peacock.
I watched the extended version too, but I did fall asleep a lot. So
okay, so
that was me with Dubai.
Oh,
I fell asleep on Dubai, so we're both.
No, Dubai was good, bitch.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Bria, they was talking about Bria and Simon, and Jasmine said that she spoke to Bria's mother and had the same argument about Simon and Bria, and nobody believes that. I think Andy asked him about the soulmate and Tribeca.
Oh yeah, I kind of dozed off on that part.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, that's old," and Simon don't care. I don't know. That relationship is a little crazy. Like, if my man heard me say something about an old dude and how he was, even if I don't get it. Simon and Bria are weird. Period.
All right, you guys, the phone lines are open. We got callers calling in. Thank you. But before we do it, well, we're gonna take the phone call and then we'll end up with that. All right. Hey, Cohen. Oh, that's a reunion.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes. How are y'all?
Hey.
I love Cohen.
Great.
Oh, I love you too, Jay.
Well, let me tell you something. Cohen been getting in that gym, been cutting it up on them boys. What's going on? Muscles.
Oh, nothing much. I mean, I'm just going to the gym and this NBA, but other than that, I'm
Oh
watching.
yes, slide that in
Okay,
there.
drop it. Okay. And you
Yeah.
drinking water too?
What'd you say?
And you drinking your water too, aren't you?
I am drinking my water.
I know that's right.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm shocked that they canceled this show after how good the Summer House finale was. I think they could have marketed both of these shows together because I think that there definitely is a market out there for Summer House, and I think that they really could pivot and trend younger because we already know they're barely watching these housewife shows like that, especially on like on time, like when they come on. So I think they just need to pivot with that. But at the same time, I'm really proud of y'all for how y'all went to bat for the shows because y'all cut up on Twitter last week because I couldn't do it. So
Baby, did I get in that ass last week?
you did, you
I
did.
didn't have no voice, but I said, let me go on the top. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect that tweet to do what it did. I didn't. That tweet. Jay, didn't you tweet about it too?
I did. I just said, well, I
See you later.
mean,
Bon
I
voyage.
I just let it be what it was.
Cohen, please, your thoughts.
No, well, I would say it's just an unfortunate situation. I think that this really we would have got so much more. And I think I'm watching some of Noel's interview. There was definitely something to come back to and come forward with. But at the same time, this formula, it like Jay said in the earlier, like it doesn't work. These people like live all over the place. And by the time they're done filming by week 2, that's probably when they're starting to warm up to the camera and everything. So we're not really getting what we need to get. So I think the show could come back, or they could just probably rebrand the show and bring us another franchise or something like that. They just need to really think it through next time.
They should call it Negro House.
No,
Negro
they're not
House
going to do
11.
that. They're not. We're not. No, no. Cohen, thank you for championing. I can't even get it out because this bitch down here is just so bad. They will not be naming the show here in Tubman. Get over it, Jay. Cohen,
Colored
thank
House.
you for supporting us as always. I love to hear from you. That's my baby. That's what Whitley's mom, a different word used to always say to Whitley. How's my baby? All right, Cohen, thank you.
Yes, y'all have a good night. Thank you so
You
much.
too.
Cohen had a great point. And something that I tweeted as well. I think that leading in Summer House after Real Housewives is a disconnect. We're gonna get into it when we speak to it at large. There's a disconnect there because you have to be aware, right? Okay, check it. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac are shows that people from all demographics watch, right?
Yes.
White, black, whoever you are, old, young, people watch that because they watch the Real Housewives franchise, okay? So their demographics are broader. Now, if you're not really thinking about it or you're not really paying attention to what they're doing, you will just automatically say, this show is successful. Let's go ahead and put another show on there. If you've looked historically of all of the shows that have been led in by like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, very few have made it. Blood, Sweat, and Heels made it to a degree until all the stuff happened with them. Married to Medicine made it. That's 2, and Shaw's of Sunset made it. Nobody else did.
Right.
And
I
there are
agree.
plenty of shows. Maybe the Tankards too. Remember the Tankard show?
Oh,
The
I remember
Tankards?
the Tankers. They did
Yeah.
2 or 3
Oh
seasons.
wow.
I forgot
But
That's a
about
yeah, the
throwback right there.
Tankards,
Right.
and the Tankers had an audience to where like it was much like Family Karma, where it is like feel good reality. So it almost would look bad if you cancel a show for performing the way it does because it's a positive show. So I think they kind of got more seasons than maybe Bravo kind of wanted them to. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you look at the demographics and the 18 to 49 demographic, which is the most important the most important rating for the demo rating for the advertisers, right? You'll see like the show itself may have done, we're just going to use a number, 1.2 million, right?
Hmm.
But the demo in 1849 drew like a point six, which means like point maybe like 600,000 of those people, 4 to 600,000 of those people were from 18 to 49 according to Nielsen, right?
Right.
So then that is the audience, 18 to 49, that really watches Summer House. Now you got to think about this as well. No tea, no shade. This is not me coming at nobody. Black people watch other shows, but everybody who is not black does not necessarily watch you if you're not a real housewife. Married to Medicine has struggled to find its footing with, viewers that are not housewives viewers, and people don't know about it. It's, off and on their viewership or whatever. So what do you think a show like Summer House revolving around a group of 10 to 12 young black people who are not real housewives is going to do? So what they did was, and why you always see Black Twitter talking about it, is because they retained the black portions of those 18 to 49 households that were watching it, but they couldn't retain anything else because there's a disconnect. Now, what I would have ventured to say was, if it was me doing the scheduling and the programming, I would have put Summer House behind the Vanderpump Rules, because you see how the Valley has done so great after coming after Vanderpump Rules, because that audience directly translates into the Valley. So I would have put Summer House, even though the original Summer House's ratings are just starting to get to the mid 500s on their own, they're just starting to come into their own. I still, excuse me, still would have put them. Look at me, I can't get up. Still would have put them behind that as well. I probably would have started off an episode or two after the Real Housewives of Atlanta had like a huge episode, and then that was Sunday. This following Tuesday, catch them on their regular time slot after Summer House. So, and I think they may have done a bit better there. I don't know, but we'll see. We're gonna get into it next week. But that time slot they have on Sunday nights, 18 to 49 years old on Sunday nights. We're doing this thing called Sunday Funday, and I know that it's not something new to us, but it may be new to the rest of the world that we don't stop and go home like we used to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta during season 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever. We don't do that anymore. We're out partying, we're drinking, we're getting ready for the week, we're tired, we're asleep. We're not necessarily watching anything on television after 9 o'clock if we're even home.
Right.
So you got to start thinking about the fan base for the show that you're putting on. And that's why I say maybe Bravo isn't necessarily nurturing and preparing these shows for the success that they could have. All right, we got one last caller. We're out. Hey, Randomly Ronnie Jr., how are you?
Hey everybody, I'm doing well. I gotta say, I was a little surprised about the pause of the show because it really felt like at the reunion there was a lot of conversations that were set up to sort of get us ready for another season. So that was odd. It was odd to me that a lot of that stuff would have been edited in only for it to be on pause. So that was a little confusing. And even Bravo in general right now with the whole like, is Real Housewives of New Jersey not having a reunion? Are they? It almost seems like it feels like this show's going to come back. It feels like New Jersey's going to have a reunion, but it almost feels like a lot of this is a stunt, not stunt casting, but stunt programming, because the only thing that we worry about now is Andy's beloved 15-year anniversary show, Watch What Happens Live or whatever. So I don't know if there's a correlation there, but it almost feels like there is. As far as the season, I thought it was a great season. You guys were fun to recap it. Cast members, I'll just go down the line who I loved, and it's all over the place. Bria, I thought was interesting. I think she's a mess, but she's like really fun for me to watch. I don't know what it is. She's unpredictable. Preston, I do like and I want to like, but it doesn't sit well with me the way he flipped up on Jasmine. You do that once, you're willing to do it a second and third time, so that's just something to watch out for. Nick is interesting. I would bring Amir back. I would bring the girlfriend back because something seems like it's going to break within that relationship. So if they say that this is what they want, I would put them both back on the show. Is she entertaining? No. Is he entertaining? He was, but I don't know, going forward if he is going to be seasons down the road. But all in all, it was a good show. And yeah, it does make you upset that these shows don't get more opportunity. I was just watching on Peacock streaming season 1 and 2 of Blood, Sweat, and Heels. And it was a great show. Like, I want to see Demetria back on the TV. So I
I
hope that
really
this
thought
is just a
Demetria
pause.
probably would have been a great addition, Randomly Ronnie, to the new Real Housewives of New York cast.
1000%. But didn't she move though?
Demetria is the blogger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
was the
Was
divorced.
She moved to Bell in Brooklyn, right? She moved from Brooklyn, Tori.
Yeah, she did,
Oh, okay.
and she divorced too.
No.
And
Oh, she did.
unfortunately, yes,
Oh,
and unfortunately, Daisy passed away.
Daisy. Yeah,
I liked Daisy.
You know what I was gonna say?
I
I
did
used to
too.
always, back during the original New York Housewives run, they used to around the conversations started around season 6, 7. There was even talk at one point of them possibly integrating Sheree into the cast, which was crazy. But
Who?
yeah, back then I've been on these streets for a long time, baby. Yes. Because Sheree had just been removed from Atlanta, but they were saying they wanted to see a sister come to New York, right? And I always felt
She would never
that for
fit in.
the original crew, I always felt that Micah would have been the best fit out of the Blood, Sweat, and Hill girls to run with the Ramonas and the Sonias and them girls. She would have
Mike,
been a
I did like
perfect fit because
Micah.
she get drunk, she turned up, and she was gonna let their ass have it, just like vice versa.
I
Yep.
She
kind of
was
miss.
very engaged.
I kind of miss the absurdity that was Micah, like those confessionals, the singing.
Mhm.
We kind of like, yeah, reality TV becomes drama only, but we need to add a couple absurd characters, delusional, and honestly, not to flip to a different show, but one of the reasons I think Danielle's working on Jersey this season is because she's owning her kind of like desperate, like I need the check type of cast member, but not in a bad way. She's not playing herself, but I think
Oh my
we
god.
can't. Oh, you don't agree, Chase?
I don't. We could talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
No.
But anyways, I thought it was a good season, and in my heart of hearts, this is a pause, only maybe to get a lot of attention on something else. Like I said, it just seems like a lot of stunt programming, and the only thing that keeps coming up is Andy, Andy, Andy. 15-year anniversary. So something's not adding up to me. And I don't think the show is not coming back because, again, when I watched the reunion before that announcement was made, I was like, oh, they're setting up for a season 3. And now nothing?
No,
It's
I think honestly, what I think is they're doing a full revamp of the network and their offerings.
Mm.
That's how I feel. We're not getting BravoCon. New Jersey, they're saying is not getting a reunion. And then Roa had to do a huge right. They had to stop and revamp that. Everybody was begging for Potomac to get revamped. A lot of people are saying that the golden era of Housewives is gone. Right, New York was a tragic for a minute, and they revamped it. I think they have to do a massive overhaul of how they're operating now. Sorry, how they're operating right now, and I think that's what's going to happen. And I feel like that's why they did a pause instead of a cancel to refigure things out, a new strategy, a new direction for a lot of these shows, especially because of what they're seeing online.
Yeah. Well, the ensemble shows might be on their way out. I think they should go back to arts and culture, like pick a fine point, art gallery owner, just all of, a real estate tycoon, a salon owner like they used to do, and then peel back those stories. I think those are the storylines that we need
that
if they
too,
go
but
for that
I
overall.
think that
That's just my opinion. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you can still get some juice out of the ensemble. You just gotta care. I understand that it's not on, the network Bravo, but there are other shows out there that are getting the ensemble right. They're just not getting the attention because they're not on the right network. So if other shows can get the formula right, and you the big dog, you gotta walk it and you gotta talk it. Thank you, Randall Ronnie.
Chase, last thing. I
Oh,
definitely thought Nick was good looking, but because I watch your show, I definitely did notice his bulge a little bit more. So it's always fun to come to the Chase show.
no, don't say that out loud. I'm trying to get interviews.
Okay, well then that's me talking. Go to
Oh
my
my
YouTube
God.
channel, everybody.
Please go to his YouTube channel as well. You guys, we love all the people. We love all the girls, other guys, and the who's and the days and the dems and whatever. So I ain't trying to offend nobody. Thank you, Brownie. We're going to bed.
Good
It's
night.
late in Atlanta.
Bye.
All right. It's late in Atlanta. They just lifted a boil water advisory. I have not clicked the link, so hopefully it's from my area. I was in the hotel all weekend because, baby, one thing about me, I'm going to wash my ass. So all the girls that was in the bar this weekend, I didn't hook up with nobody because I just didn't know what was going on or whether or not they took a bait. They had bathed or not. You know, if you're from the South, you know what bathes mean. Bathed is the past tense of bath, bathe, bathe. Y'all done bathe? Y'all done ate? That's it to eat. Anyway, with that being said, before we go, I was going to ask you guys, and I still want to, but I want to make it pretty for the people. So give me 1 second, un momento, por favor. While I'm doing that, make sure you guys continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for over 500 subscribers. Tomorrow makes 3 months, and that's just wild to me. It's just wild, and we almost hit 600. So that's just like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, everybody only leave the comments cussing us out, but somebody like it, and I'm all right with that. Cuss us out if you want to, especially Jay. Y'all like to get in his ass, and cuss Tori B out too, cause she be deserving it.
No, I
And
don't.
cuss me out too, cause I be deserving it.
Y'all
But
love
love
to
on
cuss me
us,
out.
Tori B. Don't you like it when they loving us too?
Yeah, I appreciate. I try to write back as much as I can. I'm doing it in the chat. But yeah, we want to hear your thoughts and come cackle with us. Y'all know happy hour is on Wednesday.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I
Yes.
just want to know
We got
why
so
y'all
much
like to fuss with me. I don't do anything.
Y'all give Jay a hug. Go in the comment and give Jay a hug.
I don't want no funky hug.
Demisio, did you want to call in and say anything before we wrap out? I'm sorry. Anything? You got 30 seconds you want to talk about? No?
He ain't said nothing.
Okay, right. Well, Demisio's always welcome to give his thoughts, child. Well, let me go ahead and do this. All right. Boom, we're gonna do it like that. Then we're gonna
Oh Lord, what you got?
Shazizzle, do it like this. All right, you guys. So we're gonna do 8 or late for the season. Jay, we're gonna start with Tori B. Excuse me, we're gonna start with you since you're up there. We're gonna start with you, Tori to the B. Tori B, this season, what did you think? 8 or late?
If you ask me I'm gonna say 8. I'm not gonna hate on them. I wasn't a fan of the reunion. I think we should have got 2 parts. But for the season, I'll give 8.
Jay, 8 or late?
8 because they black, late in reality.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8 because what we saw was the dynamic lives and personalities of 10 to 12 young black theys, thems, he's, she's, whatever you want to call them, people living their lives, picked to be on a reality show. I sound like the real world intro. For 2 weeks, giving us a slice into black millennial life. And I appreciated that. I think that their building blocks are there. I think that we need to tweak it, get it together, because if Summer House, the OG Summer House, can take 7 seasons to warm up, then 2 seasons most certainly is not enough time for what we were presented. The building blocks are there. And let's go ahead and give the people a chance. So I'm going to give it an 8. With that being said, I want to thank randomly Ronnie Jr. and Cohen for calling in. I want to thank Demisio for producing on this. I also want to thank our other co-hosts, Chad and Asia. I'm going to definitely get in and lock in with them and see what they're thinking about some things and figure out how to give that to y'all. But thank you guys so much. Tori B.
Wait, Chase, I do want to say something. I was so sorry. I was like in the other room doing something, but I had my headphones in, so I heard you. I'm sorry.
Look, he over you. Hurry up, Demetria. Because he was wrapping it up and then you slid Joe behind up in here. Go ahead.
Oh, I'll
You
make
got
it quick.
30 seconds, bub.
Okay, I'll make it quick. Bye, Preston. Bye, Jordan. Bye, Shanice. Bye, Amir. He can go over there on the White Summer House where he want to be at rightfully anyways, with his girlfriend, with her microaggressions. I'm glad they paused it. They got on my nerve the entire season. They all whined, bitched, and complained the whole time like a bunch of white women. It was so annoying. Like, oh my God, it was never... It's like consistent whining every episode. Everybody was hysterical. Somebody was crying. It just wasn't fun like it was the first season. So until they can get the cast together, dust. Goodbye.
I need Noel
They
back.
go. Okay.
She
Chase,
get
we gonna
fashion.
see.
She get young and flirty. I like it.
Chase, are we gonna see you on season 3 of Martha's
For
Vineyard?
what?
Whenever this comes back off pause, if it does, we're gonna see you
I
there.
would love to do it. I haven't done anything to be on it, but I would love to do it.
I can
Why'd
see
you say
that.
that? You want to see me? You think I do good on there?
I can see that. I wouldn't last more than a day because they would throw me out for saying
They would
something
throw
really
me out.
No,
disrespectful.
you be dancing with Shanice.
I would.
Bow, 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 bow in your MAGA hat.
That's what I see. I see
whoa.
that.
Not the MAGA hat, but
I know, friend. I'm joking. I'm
I'm
joking.
gonna throw some ass.
Ha ha,
That's a,
laugh, funny. So as I was saying, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's always bittersweet to see a show go. Jay, your first time around the horn. Tori B, I feel like this is your first time around the horn down to the YouTube. And so you guys did great for your first full season. Hopefully, I'll be looking forward to working with Jay soon on something else. And this is a big task for him. Jay, I had to literally I had to produce Jay as far as I had to turn to my producer hat and get Jay to agree to come and risk his livelihood by being himself on this show. Jay, what did you think about your experience as your first time reviewing a show and having a weekly commitment to come in and review overall? How did you feel about it?
listen, this weekly commitment was a struggle, and
I
my mouth
know.
is too filthy to try to censor myself. But I had a great time. Shout out to everyone. I had fun.
And y'all know Tori be on here more than I do, child. So y'all gonna see Tori. Uh, we still have Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is a song that never ends, and we have Happy Hour, the Real Housewives in New Jersey as well. And I may have a little surprise for you coming up pretty soon. Be on the lookout for that. With that being said, I want to thank randomly Ronnie, TKC, Love, 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 Xavier, Dollface, we When in Rome. Even though When in Rome doesn't agree with anything I say, we thank you anyway. Um, who else was in here? It was a lot of people in
Dollface.
here. Sean, to the people, thank y'all for showing up. And we're gonna go ahead and try to get out of here right. We're gonna bid y'all adieu, and we'll see you guys next week for our very special episode. Dun, 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 dun. And how do you do it?